BR-Tidwell55 here. Doing a little price comparison here between all-in-one desktop computers. In the blue corner I have the Dell XPS all-in-one. In the opposite corner I have the iMac. Now, I don't think the point of this video is to point out is that iMacs are not necessarily overpriced compared to similar form factor computers from other OEMs. But to arrive at that conclusion, you really have to dig into the specifications. Take the XPS 120. The base model is $999. For that $999, you get a Core 2 Duo 2.2 GHz processor. You get an 8x slot loading CD DVD burner, 250 gig hard drive, 2 gigs RAM, integrated video. Now I'm going to show why I think, even though the base model Mac is $200 more, I think it's probably a comparable value, because if you look at the specifications on the iMac, it's got a faster processor, 2.4 GHz. Yeah, it has half the RAM, but remember, you're running Vista on that Dell, so you need the 2 gigs of RAM to run Vista. Same size hard drive, similar specification on the optical drive. Discrete graphics. Now that's pretty important, because discrete graphics will always, even at 128 megs of graphics RAM, you're going to get better video performance out of that iMac than you're going to get out of the Dell. So, is it worth $200 more? I'd have to say, yeah, probably so. Now, on the flip side of the coin, Macs aren't always cheaper, and they're not always a better value, at least in my opinion. Because if you move up the scale, take a look at the 24-inch models. The Dell is $1699. Comes with a quad core processor, 4 processor cores on one die. Vista Home Premium, 8x CD DVD burner, 4 gigs of RAM, 320 gig hard drive. Again, integrated graphics, which I think is kind of a ding on Dell. And I've tried; you cannot configure this computer with a discrete graphics solution. At least not from their website. Maybe if you called them up and ordered it, you could. You look at the 24-inch computer from Mac, a 2.8 gigahertz Core 2 Duo, so only a dual-core processor, half the RAM, 320 gigs gig hard drive. Again, the 8x double-layer super drive. Again, a discrete graphics solution, this time an ATI Radeon 2600 Pro, for a final asking price of $1,799. So, in that case, even though I like the fact that the iMac comes with a discrete graphics solution, because it comes with half the processor cores and half the RAM of the Dell, I'd have to say in this case it's $1699. The Dell's a better buy. Now, I know that a lot of Macintosh aficionados will tell me that it's still not a fair comparison, because it'd be like comparing a Chevy and BMW. You know, the Chevy could still have a bigger engine with more horsepower, but it's still not going to compete with the BMW. The BMW is just that much better product. Okay, well, you know, that's getting into a personal opinion argument that I don't really want to get into. Just looking at the numbers, looking at the specs, I would say that, yeah, Sometimes Apple is a better value, sometimes it's not. But the blanket statement that Macs are overpriced, I think, is really false. So that's my 3 cents worth. Thanks for watching.